Good evening and welcome to my video log. It's 2 days now since the Wicklow 200, which I managed to complete. Finished it in 206 kilometers in total. There's a story behind the extra 6 kilometers. 206 kilometers in 9 hours, 5 minutes. The plan was to try and get in under 9 hours, but after we left Rathdrum the other day, I was with another group, and the guy at the front turned off towards a little village called Ballinaclash, and we followed him, myself and these other lads, and we got down into this little village, and he says, "I don't think we should have turned off up there." And honest to God, lads, I could have hit him. So we had to come all the way back. So when my computer told me the other day I had 200 kilometers done, I knew I had another 5 or 6 to go, and sure as hell, it was 206 kilometers and over 3,000 meters of climbing. It was the longest and the hardest day that I've ever put down on a bike, but hugely rewarding when I came home with that in my pocket. And that is what it's all about. It took 10 months of hard training, hard work, commitment to go out and to get my hands on one of those. That's my second one. I've got another one from last year, but this one, for some reason, there's just something about it. I think it's the fact that this year I was attempting to raise a few pound for Motor Neuron, and we ended up getting €455 collected. So I was absolutely ecstatic. I didn't think I'd get 20 quid, to be honest with you. And I just want to say a big thank you to all the people who donated so kindly. Motor neuron is a horrible disease. I've told you before that it has affected a friend of mine, and it's a horrible thing. And when it comes to one of your friends, it's just too close for comfort. So I want to thank all the people that donated, as I said, €455. The day itself was tough. I left Bray at just after 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was a hard route, and by the time we got to Baltinglass, it was a bit of a shower, and I got absolutely soaked, and we kept going, and then the hills were absolutely brutal. And I saw one man after having a crash, and I hope to God he's okay, because it's sobering when you're riding past and you see somebody on the ground, the medical people there with them. It's not good. This is a hobby at the end of the day. It's a sport. Some people like to play football and hurling. People like me ride bikes. It's a sport, and you don't want to see anybody hurt. So if in the off chance that man will see this, I hope to God he makes a full recovery. I also saw a man on Sleeve Man who was really struggling, because it is just so hard to climb these mountains. And again, if that man sees this, I hope to God you were okay. He looked pretty bad when I went past. At that stage I actually thought I had a puncture, because I was putting so much power through the pedals and my bike didn't seem to be moving at all. That's how hard it is to do some of these hills. And then there was the excitement of descending the Wicklow Gap, where you're maybe doing 65, 70 kilometers an hour on a push bike. It's pretty exhilarating, and you get really excited from it. My bike is still here. It hasn't even been cleaned yet. It's still sitting here in the garage. I should be ashamed of myself. I know I should, but I didn't get around to cleaning it yet. It's still carrying all the scars from Sunday, muck and dirt and what have you. This bike is absolutely brilliant. I don't know if there's anybody out there, if you're thinking of buying a bike, okay, this is the bike you want to buy. Okay, it's a Genesis, full carbon, zero. It is absolutely brilliant. It's all mechanical. There's no fancy gadgets on it and all these electronic gear shifts. Like, for instance, here's my top end bike here beside me, and this one has all the Modcons, electronic gears and what have you, and fly-by-wire stuff, and this is an absolutely brilliant bike, but it is meant for a person a lot better than me. I won that in a competition some years ago from an Irish team, Aqua Blue, who sadly are not with us anymore, but I won that bike in an online competition. It's the only reason I have it. But it is a pure work of art. We were out training tonight, and the speed that thing is capable of is just unbelievable. And as I said, we were back training tonight because some of the lads are getting ready now for the Ring of Kerry. That's next, about 3 weeks' time. Some of our group will be hitting off there. We've had people on the Ring of Bear this year. We've had people on the Ring of Clare. This is our small little group here in Clare, and I'm always talking about that the minority sports, that they don't get much of a mention, and yet here's a small little group that goes out every Tuesday and Thursday night representing ourselves all over the country. There was preliminary talks tonight, and I'm not going to tempt fate by talking too much about it, that we just might all get involved in a spin later on this year. There's a big event coming up. We had 3 people pretty much signed up for tonight. We just need to get the 4th one. We need to try and push them over the line if we can. So there's not much more to say. I'm hoping to make these video logs a little bit more of to do it a little bit more often, because it's something I enjoy doing. And if you notice, the camera is a little bit funnier tonight because I have this new gimbal thing, and I'm just trying it out and trying to see if I can get it to work. But most importantly, the Wicklow 200 is done. The medal is in the bag. It's my second one in the background. In the background here, I've got my medal from last year, but this year's one was special. There's just something about it. We had a fantastic weekend in Dublin, and as I said, roll on the next thing. We're back training tonight. We'll be training again Thursday night. I picked up a dose of flu, which is typical of me, but at least it was better to pick up the flu after the event than to have it beforehand. But especially I want to thank all the people who ponied up €455 from Motor Neuron. You're fantastic people. So guys, thanks a million for all the support. Thanks to all of the people who sent me messages, texts. I'm sorry if I didn't get back to everybody. I'm getting around to it. And people that said it to Caroline, for instance, down the town, listen, wish Paul the best and all that. It really means a lot. Remember, what we're doing is a minority sport. A lot of people give out about cyclists and all that, but there's a lot of good in it as well. So hopefully I'll do another blog very soon. I'm going to take a break now for a while, and I just want to thank all the people that view these things. I have some other ideas in the pipeline. We'll get to them eventually. So there we are, 8 minutes on the button. Thanks a million, guys. Bye.